So if there's one thing that everybody knows about Vancouver, it's that it's expensive as in fact, it's one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in relative to the income that people actually make here. And that's why I'm pretty excited to be doing this challenge, or seeing how much I spend in a day, because quite frankly, I have no idea. So today, let me take you guys along and show you exactly how much money I spend per day living in Vancouver. Fairby bubble tea.
Yeah.
Total that we actually spent today was all right, so first expense of the day here is breakfast. So yeah, let's grab a coffee and some light bites. Yeah, after we get through this line, it'll be lunch.
Is this all like chocolate?
You look lonely.
Alright, what did you get?
Tuna melt and iced coffee.
Are you paying by card?
Card, please. All right, so we just got back to the apartment, and I actually realized I kind of have to tally up a total of all of my monthly subscriptions or other sorts of expenses, right? I obviously just moved into my new apartment here, so I pay for that rent. And basically, I'm gonna figure out what the cost of all this is, but I don't really wanna do it right now because I have to sit at my laptop. So later in this video, I'll put a full breakdown of how much I'm paying for rent, vehicle expenses, other sorts of personal subscriptions like a Spotify, Netflix, other types of personal entertainment stuff.
Do you even use Netflix?
I mean, here and there. But anyways, next thing that we gotta do is we gotta head to the store and pick up some hangers, because I have some unfinished business in this apartment, like setting up, some of my beautiful awards. Gotta put these on the wall.
Didn't you give those to yourself?
Yeah, let's not talk about that. They're beautiful awards, like I said. Look at this beautiful view. That is the United States of America at the very end, where that mountain is. And you can see some of the other cities as well. I think that's New West and Burnaby. Can't complain. As soon as I saw this view, I had to book it.
With this crazy big place that you're paying more than the average for, obviously. How do you afford this?
Yeah, so I actually do online business. I'll throw up a video for you guys if you're interested on how I get started, my full story, exactly what I'm doing, and I'll also link it in the description so you guys can check that out for yourself. We're out here at Richmond Center. So it's one of the Lower Mainland's most prestigious malls. No, I'm kidding. It's just a local mall in Richmond. We decided to come here because a lot of the stuff, actually one of my favorite stores closed downtown, and then there's some other stores, but those stores are more like higher end designer and stuff, which I might be hitting up a little bit later, just not on this video. I want to get some, good Christmas gifts for the family, friends, see what I can find. And I think Richmond Center is the right place to do that. I don't want to go and buy something that's very expensive, because that's not really indicative of how I'm actually spending my money. Obviously, there are times where I'd spend a lot more money on specific things or specific gifts, but those would be one-off situations. An average day for me would be more coming to a local mall and just buying some, I guess, smaller or lower ticket items. But yeah, we also got big boy Seba in the back, ready to shop around.
What's going on?
And let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're just in the mall doing our shopping, but all this shopping's making me a bit hungry, so we had to stop at Edo. It's an OG spot. I used to come here when I was 14, 15 after soccer practice, get my teriyaki chicken and rice. So I'm excited to relive some of those memories with a little bowl, probably grab a bubble tea and see what that brings us to. All right, so we got $13.60 spent on our food court lunch today, and now we're about to eat.
Strawberry mango crush with toast
Yes, please.
of sugar.
Thank you. Richmond is actually the most Asian city in all of North America. So of course, while your boy's here, he has to get the most Asian drink known to man, which is the Chinese bubble tea. So that's gonna set me back about $9.26.
Damn, that's expensive.
Yeah, but it's fucking good. Actually with tip, 25% tip, because we nice and generous. We also got to look around and get some games, board games, whatever, to have fun at the house. We have some guests coming over the next few weeks in the holiday season, so.
Where are the guests from?
All over the world. I love hosting. It's one of the things I love to do, so I always want to make sure I can facilitate a good time for the people who are coming and staying. All right, guys, so this shopping is not going according to plan. I can't find anything. It's busy as hell. This is why I prefer e-commerce. I'm gonna go home and do my shopping online. All right, so we're at the gym right now, just coming in for a workout. And the gym, pool, sauna, steam room, all this access that I do daily is included in the monthly rent that I pay in this building, which is about $9,000 per month. And if you average it out for each day of spending, it's about $300 per day. So let's get a workout in. All right, so yeah, as I was saying earlier, there was nothing really at the mall, so we've resorted to e-commerce, and I've actually pulled up Amazon here, and I got a few different things, a couple of different drinking games, and I'm gonna have to hide the stuff at the bottom, just because little special Christmas gifts, and I don't want that to be seen in case we actually drop this video before Christmas time. But here's the total, $145 on Amazon for 5 different items, and yeah.
So, Nate, if you were to guess how much you usually spend every day in Vancouver, what would you say?
Every day in Vancouver, I would probably say $700.
Damn.
Okay, actually that sounds kind of ridiculous. But when you think about it, it was $300 right there on the building, the apartment building that I live in. I'm usually eating out like once or twice a day. Gotta cut back on that. And then also like car expenses and other personal entertainment and subscriptions. Obviously some days gonna be more than others, depending on what I'm doing. Like for example, later tonight, probably at the end of this video, I'm going for a buddy's birthday party. So we're doing like party bus and then probably ending up at a nightclub and popping a few bottles. So it's a little bit more expensive maybe on a Friday or Saturday, but if you average it out throughout the week, I'd probably say around $700.
So do you think it's worth the price?
It's tough to say. I mean, I'm pretty biased because it's home and I got my family and friends here. But I think it depends on what you're looking for, right? If you really like nature, if you like a moderate climate, 4 seasons, and you like, you know, endless food options, Vancouver's really good. The food scene's great. I'll take you to one of my favorite sushi spots right now. Then I'd say it's worth it for you. All right, yeah, so as you saw, I got a chicken teriyaki don and salmon sashimi. Food was great, as per usual. And that spot's actually pretty affordable, and they always serve me very, very quick, which is why I like it so much. So the total for the dinner was about $35, which really isn't bad considering I basically got, you know, salmon sashimi, which is very expensive in most places of the world, as well as a full-ass chicken teriyaki don. So pretty solid dinner, and yeah, now we're headed back to the crib. All right, so we're back at home right now, winding down for bed, and I'm actually just calculating up all the expenses of the day. So first and foremost, we got the tuna melt and coffee we had for breakfast. That was about $18. Then lunch, we did bubble tea and the Edo, so the chicken teriyaki. That's $14 on the bubble tea and $9 on the chicken teriyaki. And then the sushi dinner was $35. So that takes care of the food expenses, and that came out to $76 for the day in food. I don't know, is that bad, Reed? Yeah, I feel like that's not too bad, right? Okay, that's kind of bad, but honestly better than I thought, especially considering the fact that I ate out literally 3 times. So yeah, $76 in food. And then on Amazon, you know, ordered some small gifts and things like that. It was $145. And then we already talked about it, but the apartment, the gym, the amenities in the building, all those sorts of things turn out to be $300 per day. And then lastly, we have to talk about personal subscriptions. So, you know, every single month I pay for things like Amazon, Spotify, Audible, Netflix, and Apple TV, you know, just kind of everyday basic tech subscriptions and things that enhance my life. Like supplements, I also, you know, purchase monthly deals from this company called Bionic, and they've formulated exact supplements for my body. So I've had to take blood tests, gut health tests, things like that. And no, this is not a sponsored video. I just enjoy talking about my supplements. But yeah, that brings the total to about $1,000 a month, mostly due to the supplements, which brings us to about $30 a day in personal subscriptions. And then in the personal subscriptions, I also rolled into it 2 other gym memberships. So I'm also a member at Equinox as well as a member at Fitness World. Don't ask me why, I should probably close one of those down, but I just like my options when it comes to the gym. Sometimes I get bored of going to the same place every day. Only about $30 a day though, with all of that being said. So I feel like that's not too bad. And then, actually it's pretty bad. And then lastly, the biggest expense of the day, unfortunately, was $475 at the club. Now, I wouldn't normally be spending this kind of money at the club, at least not anymore, but it was my boy's birthday, so we kind of had to go all out. We got a little bottle service action. I ordered a bottle for him, and we had a good time. We took a party bus to the club and things like that. So that's why it came out to about $475. So all things considered, the total that we actually spent today was $1,026. But I will say, in my defense, for this heavy spending, the club was $475 of it, and that is not an everyday occurrence, right? It's not my boy's birthday every single day, of course. So if we subtracted, thank God, yeah. Thank God I don't have that many friends. But if we subtract the club expense off of the rest of the day's expenses, that leaves us at $551 for the day. So I feel like that number is a lot more reasonable, and that's actually not too far out of the ballpark that I was expecting, or I'm pretty comfortable with that number on a general day-to-day. Of course, you know, this number may be higher if I'm traveling or in specific places other than my home for various reasons. But because I'm here, I'm at home, I think $500 is a rough estimate on how much I would spend per day all in. And although it is a lot, it's definitely taken me a long time to get to this point. You know, I've been working every single day of my life for pretty much the past like 4 years, and I feel like I don't necessarily treat myself over the top. And a lot of my daily expenditures too is usually, you know, paying for food for a friend or a family member or things like that as well. So it's not always like I'm just balling out and buying myself ridiculous things that I don't want either. So yeah, overall, I'm actually a bit, I guess, shocked given that it was over $1,000 with the club, but not too disappointed in myself, especially if we were to subtract that one bigger expense. I mean, also considering, right, like the apartment expense is $300 of it. So really it would have only been $200 if I wasn't living in, you know, a very nice apartment downtown in the core of the city. But yeah, like you said, you know, this lifestyle definitely isn't for everyone. But for the people who are willing to get after it, to chase their dreams, to build a business, whatever it may be, then there's no reason why you can't, and you don't deserve to live a lifestyle similar to this, and also have tons of extra money left over to do everything that you want in this world and treat others and provide for people that you love and so much more. So yeah, get into online business, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in a few days. Peace.